Communication is everywhere, from big issues on election campaigns to the small things in life where we negotiate our identities and shared understandings with our friends. This program is taking a deep dive into the theories and methods behind communication sciences and the psychology of social communication to understand how those functions work.
I'd been working in content for roughly 5 years, and I was really interested in understanding the how and why certain messages and communication were resonating versus others. And I knew that I wanted to explore behavioral science, but continue with the communication lens, and I felt the course really offered that.
The problem with communication is it's not simply just the transmission of information from A to B. It is the identity of the speakers. It is the power relations between who can say what. It is the interplay between what is the recommender system recommending to a person on social media and how they then navigate that psychologically. It is all those aspects and more, and we're giving you the theoretical and methodological foundation to analyze, critique, and apply that insight into making more effective campaigns and into understanding better how can I critique and give feedback on these acts of communication.
We build on linguistic approaches, social psychological approaches, pragmatic theories, social representations, discursive-oriented approaches. So what we do here is to give general understanding of communication from many different angles. But also at the LSE we really care about academic rigor and methodological expertise. So a core element of our program is to train you in both quantitative and qualitative research methods, ranging from interviews, focus groups, ethnographies, and also more on the quantitative side, using both computational methods, analyzing large language models, and so on.
So it's quite varied, and it really depends on what you also want to dive into, because the Masters is set up in a way that you can explore what really appeals to you. This also goes for the theoretical foundations, where some students may choose to focus more on the information theoretic side, and some focus more on identity and policy, for instance.
Obviously, the content of the course and the curriculum was incredibly rich and layered, but it's really your cohort and peers that make up the discussions and seminar, and your professors who provide those really interesting lectures that sort of make those ideas click into place. And we had such a diverse group of people in our cohort from different parts of the globe, but also at different stages of their career that could bring in a really interesting perspective towards the curriculum that we were learning.
As a student, you'll have also access to the Behavioural Lab, which is a space where students and staff will collect data. And these facilities range from state-of-the-art qualitative methods, like an interview room with cameras where you can observe people even if you're not in the room, over experimental designed setups with computers and cubicles, to eye tracking and even virtual reality. And you can use this as part of a student journey, but also in your dissertation to figure out how best you want to test the theories that you want to explore when you're writing up your dissertation at the end of the program.
One of the unique features of studying at the LSE is that the master is relatively small, in a way that we select you very carefully, and then you end up being in a master in which you have the opportunity to have a very close contact with the faculty members, and this is really a plus, especially when you have to get feedback and advice for your future career. We have many alumni working in many different areas, such as working for NGO, working as speechwriter for politicians, working in the PR sector. One path that is possible is to go on with academia. For instance, I completed a PhD and then I managed to become one of the faculty here in the department.
The department really attracts like-minded individuals who are curious and open-minded and engaged in the world, and so it was really easy to make friends. In fact, my current flatmate is a friend that I made my first day of the program, and I truly feel like I made friendships that will last a lifetime, and I'm very grateful for that.
It's wonderful to meet people from all walks of life, different countries, different backgrounds, and with different perspectives on what communication is and can be.